Why not a Deputy Chief Minister's chair or an announcement of a potential candidate of the Congress party as well?
So if you listen to the announcement carefully, what it said is that the Chief Minister would be Tejasvi Yadav. Mukesh Sahni would be one of the Deputy Chief Ministers. We will have Deputy Chief Ministers from the Congress, there is no doubt about that. It's just that we will wait until after the elections before we decide who it is going to be, and we will announce the names of the individuals after the elections.
So after the government is formed, as you're hoping for it, Mr. Krishna Allavaru, there were a lot of talks of tension here that apparently there were no talk zones also for several days between the RJD and the Congress. There was a lot of tension, and that was reflecting in the manner in which in close to 10 seats as withdrawing of the nominations end today, it's an alliance versus alliance battle.
So in any alliance, I think there will always be moments of pleasantness and moments of conflict. Our alliance is no different. I just think that conflicts in the India alliance tend to be viewed with a magnifying glass, whereas conflicts within the NDA alliance tend to be swept under the carpet. It is strange that the NDA alliance still hasn't held a joint press conference, which we have. So clearly the divide is deeper there, the differences are larger there, and they're still not able to decide whether they will have a chief ministerial face or not. They say that Nitish Kumar ji is the chief minister till the elections, but after the elections we will see, is what Mr. Shah says clearly and repeatedly. So I think our alliance is more united, more cohesive, more clear than the NDA's alliance.
What was the thought behind the announcement of Mukesh Sahni as the Deputy Chief Minister candidate? The reason why I'm asking is that 36% EBCs of Bihar are a crucial constituency. But the Malla or the constituency from which he comes, that is the Nishad, are very small in that 36%. So what is giving the Congress and the Mahagathbandhan parties that confidence that it will lead to mobilization of the entire EBC or a substantive chunk of the EBC?
I think what we want to do is give a message that we have young leadership, and we have leadership across segments in society. And in Bihar, we want to give representation and leadership to different communities. Announcing Mr. Sahni was part of the greater plan that we have for Bihar. Our agenda for Bihar goes beyond just caste arithmetic. I think this is very important for us to say, because we want to make Bihar a better place, better than it has been in the past. And for that, we are the only ones who are talking specific agenda for Bihar, specific promises, specific roadmaps, from education to employment to income to women to safety to agriculture to health. I think we have thought of it all, and we are coming out with some things solid, positive, and that's what we want to focus on, because we think the people of Bihar have had enough of negative politics, and we want to talk more about what the alliance will do for the people of Bihar, for the betterment of Bihar, and that's going to be our focus for the remaining 20-odd days.
Is the announcement coming too late?
Not at all.
I'm asking you that question again because it's just 12 days to go for the polls. And the only news which was emerging from Mahagathbandhan was of division. Could you have ensured that the differences would not have played out in full public view?
So actually the differences, so-called differences, haven't played out in full public view. You please give me one instance of where the so-called differences played out in public view. I'd be very happy to hear this, because I keep hearing a lot about differences in India Gathbandhan, and I hear nothing about differences on the other side, whereas evidence tells us that there is more difference on the other side. But that aside, I think the timing of the announcement, like I said, was almost decided in mid-April broadly, that once seat sharing would be done, we would make the announcement. And like I said, we had decided on the face formal announcement about 2 weeks ago in a meeting in Delhi, and the exact date was set about 5-6 days ago before Diwali. So the so-called negative news that you're talking about is not something that was in the Gathbandhan. We did have a moments of conflict in seat sharing, but that's natural to any alliance in any state, in any country.
But on 10 seats, it's alliance versus alliance battle which is playing out even today. RJD versus Congress, Congress versus CPI-ML.
So 95% of the seats we have no conflicts. In 5% or so of the seats we have some conflicts. Some of them are strategic. We will wait and see what happens, and we might take decisions as we go along. So I don't see any problem there. We've had friendly fights in earlier states. We've had friendly fights in Jharkhand where we formed the government. We've had friendly fights in Jammu Kashmir more recently where we formed the government. So I think the media is trying to make a big deal out of not such a big deal.
Okay, my last question then. What's going to happen on 14th? Are you giving me a number today after this announcement?
No, I don't want to give numbers. I don't believe in giving numbers. I think we're going to do very well. We want to do something good for Bihar. We want to talk about the things that we will be doing for Bihar, for the people of Bihar. And that gives me confidence that the people of Bihar will give us their votes and will vote us to power.
Thank you so much for speaking to India.
Prime Minister Modi is all set to kick off his campaign in battle for Bihar. Prime Minister Modi will launch his poll pitch with twin rallies in Samastipur and Begusarai. Yesterday, he launched a scathing attack on the opposition, calling the alliance Lat Bandhan. With battle lines clearly drawn, all eyes are now on BJP's star campaigner, Prime Minister Modi himself. He will today kickstart the election campaign from Samastipur, the birthplace of Bharat Ratna Karpuri Thakur, who was Bihar Chief Minister in the 70s. A second rally is also planned later in the day in Begusarai. At 10:30 a.m., the Prime Minister will land in Samastipur, where he'll first visit a model hut showcasing the life and struggles of Jannayak Karpuri Thakur, developed by the local administration. He will then pay floral tributes at the leader's statue before leading a roadshow. And then at 11:30 a.m., Prime Minister Modi is expected to address a massive public rally. Yesterday, while addressing the Mera Booth, Sabse Mazboot Yuva Samvad event through audio conferencing, he said that Bihar won't forget Jungle Raj for 100 years and also accused the Mahagathbandhan of putting self-interest above Bihar's progress.
दीपम जी, अच्छा ये बताइए कि जब कभी अपने माता पिता जैसे बात करते होंगे या जहां बूथ में बुजुर्ग परिवारों को मिलने जाते होंगे, और जंगल राज की तो चर्चा स्वाभाविक है। आज भी आने वाले 100 साल तक जंगल राज की चर्चा चलने वाली है।
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल।
ये कितना ही भुलाने की कोशिश करे अपने पापों को, लेकिन बिहार के लोग कभी भी ये भूलने वाले नहीं है। जो लोग अपने आप को गठबंधन कहते हैं, बिहार की जनता जिनको लठबंधन कहती है, वो सिर्फ लड़ चलाना जानते हैं, झगड़ा करना जानते हैं और झगड़ते रहते हैं। देखा आपने, लठबंधन वालों के लिए अपना स्वार्थ ही सबसे बड़ा है। इन्हें बिहार के युवाओं की चिंता नहीं है। आप देखिए, दशकों तक देश और बिहार के नौजवान नक्सलवाद, माओवादी आतंक से पीड़ित रहे, इसलिए इनके राज में विकास पूरी तरह चौपट हो गया। और विकास चौपट हो गया है तो एक, मैं मानता हूं, बिहार की 2 पीढ़ी का भविष्य बर्बाद किया इन्होंने।
And my colleague Piyush Mishra is now joining us, who's en route Samastipur, from where the Prime Minister will be kicking off his Bihar poll campaign. Piyush, a very good morning to you. Piyush, Karpuri Gram is the place that the Prime Minister will be visiting today. How significant is this visit politically?
Good morning, Anjali, to you and to all our viewers. And yes, it is a very significant visit of PM Narendra Modi as he is beginning his Bihar campaign from today, and he is doing so by visiting the village of Karpuri Thakur. This village has been named after the name of Karpuri Thakur, and Karpuri Gram is the new name of this village. And by visiting this village, the Prime Minister is sending out a clear message to the extremely backward community, because Karpuri Thakur is also known as Jananayak of Bihar, and he became the first non-Congress chief minister. He worked so hard for the upliftment of marginalized section of society. He always worked for the Dalit community, the extremely backward community, and Prime Minister is not only focusing that community, but is also putting a lot of focus on the development thinking, the narrative of development
Right.
of Karpuri Thakur. Remember that by doing his rally from Samastipur, Prime Minister is also keeping a lot of focus on around 60 constituencies which fall under the region of Mithilanchal.
Absolutely, Piyush. Thank you so much for those details. We'll keep coming back to you for more updates on this. And the Mahagathbandhan has a chief minister face now. It is Tejashwi Yadav, but not without friction inside the alliance as Congress vies for deputy chief minister post. In an exclusive interview to India Today, Bihar Congress in charge Krishna Lavaru said that if the Mahagathbandhan wins, the deputy chief minister will be from the Congress party too. He added that the name will be announced after the polls and that the chief minister pick was finalized back in April as per plan. Now this after the alliance announced Tejashwi Yadav as the chief minister face and Mukesh Sahni of VIP party projected as the deputy chief minister pick. The Mahagathbandhan has also hinted at more deputy chief ministers to represent various caste groups. But the NDA has seized on the infighting. Chirag Paswan taunting the opposition, saying that Tejashwi was accepted after fights and fear. From the JDU, Sanjay Kumar Jha called it a dynastic party backing another dynastic face.
अगर आपको सीएम का चेहरा स्वीकार किया तो क्या स्वीकार किया? कांग्रेस के ऊपर इन लोगों ने कितना ब्लैकमेल किया इनको सीएम का चेहरा बनाने के लिए? वही मुकेश जी के द्वारा भी किया गया। उन्होंने तो सारे समझौते कर लिए सिर्फ एक डिप्टी सीएम का पद पाने के लिए। मेरा कहना यह है कि अगर आप इतना झगड़ा करके छीन छान के अगर आप बने, इसका मतलब स्वाभाविक स्वीकार्यता गठबंधन के भीतर आपके चेहरे को लेकर नहीं है।
मुख्यमंत्री पद का तो कोई वैकेंसी है नहीं और 25 से 30 नीतीश जी ही मुख्यमंत्री रहेंगे। और आप जानते हैं कि जिनको बनाया है वो रेलवे घोटाला में चार्जशीटेड है। डेली जाकर के कोर्ट में दिल्ली में अपीयर होना। जो लोग उनको घोषणा किए हैं कांग्रेस वाले, वो भी भ्रष्टाचार में डूबा हुआ परिवार है। तो एक परिवारवादी पार्टी कांग्रेस दूसरे परिवारवादी पार्टी को मुख्यमंत्री का प्रत्याशी घोषित कर दिया।
पूरा बिहार का रूप छठ माई का आशीर्वाद बा। पूरा बिहार का मूड आप लोग जान रहे हैं क्या है। ऐसा जीत एनडीए का कभी ना भी हुआ था इसके पहले। ऐतिहासिक जीत की ओर है। इन लोगों के आपस में कबड्डी खेले था, कुछ नहीं है। इस वक्त बिहार का बच्चा, माँ, बहन, बेटी, माई छठ का कृपा बाटे, सीता माई का कृपा बा। देखिए ऐतिहासिक जीत होगा मोदी जी और नीतीश कुमार के लिए।
The decision to make the announcement was made a couple of weeks ago. The date was fixed before Diwali, and 23rd is here, and so is the announcement.
What was the role of Rahul Gandhi? We are told that he apparently played an important role in ironing out the differences which was happening here.
There were a couple of times when the alliance hit a serious bump, and I think his intervention kept us on track. And we are more or less going as per our plan, and I think we are the only ones in Bihar who have an agenda, a vision, a face, and I think the Bihar people will like our vision for Bihar, our agenda for Bihar. So if you listen to the announcement carefully, what it said is that the Chief Minister would be Tejashwi Yadav, Mukesh Sahni would be one of the Deputy Chief Ministers. We will have Deputy Chief Ministers from the Congress, there is no doubt about that. It's just that we will wait until after the elections before we decide who it is going to be, and we will announce the names of the individuals after the elections.
Prime Minister Modi is all set to kick off his campaign in battle for Bihar. He will launch his poll pitch with twin rallies in Samastipur and Begusarai. Yesterday, Prime Minister launched a scathing attack on the opposition, calling the alliance Latbandhan. With battle lines clearly drawn, all eyes are now on BJP star campaigner Prime Minister Modi himself. He will today kickstart the election campaign from Samastipur, the birthplace of Bharat Ratna Karpuri Thakur, who was Bihar Chief Minister in the 70s. A second rally is planned later in the day in Begusarai. At 10:30 a.m., the Prime Minister will land in Samastipur, where he'll first visit a model hut showcasing the life and struggles of Jan Nayak Karpuri Thakur, developed by the local administration. He will then pay floral tributes at the leader's statue before leading a roadshow, and then at 11:30 a.m., Prime Minister Modi is expected to address a massive public rally. Yesterday, while addressing the Mera Booth Sabse Mazboot Yuva Samvad event through audio conferencing, he said that Bihar won't forget Jungle Raj for 100 years and accused the Mahagathbandhan of putting self-interest above Bihar's progress.
दीपम जी, अच्छा ये बताइए कि जब कभी अपने माता पिता जैसे बात करते होंगे या जहां बूथ में बुजुर्ग परिवारों को मिलने जाते होंगे, और जंगल राज की तो चर्चा स्वाभाविक है। आज भी आने वाले 100 साल तक जंगल राज की चर्चा चलने वाली है।
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल।
ये कितना ही भुलाने की कोशिश करे अपने पापों को, लेकिन बिहार के लोग कभी भी ये भूलने वाले नहीं है।
And we're getting some more inputs. Mahagathbandhan Manifesto to be out on October 28th. The joint manifesto of the Grand Alliance may be released on October 28th. That's the latest update that is coming in. The Mahagathbandhan Manifesto may be released on October 28th. So yesterday there was the big announcement on the Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister faced by the Mahagathbandhan. And now we're learning that the joint manifesto of the Grand Alliance may also be released on October 28th. So after Tejasvi Yadav was named the Chief Ministerial candidate in the Grand Alliance, preparations are now underway to move forward on a joint manifesto. The Mahagathbandhan's joint manifesto may be released on October 28th, and according to RJD sources, a consensus has been reached on a joint election manifesto. The Grand Alliance's manifesto will include Tejaswi's election promises as well as Congress election promises. Tejaswi's Har Ghar Naukri and Jivika, which is employment for every home, and his promises to contract workers will also be included in this joint manifesto. In fact, Tejasvi Yadav's Maan Beti schemes will also be prioritized. Congress party's election promises will also be included in the joint manifesto that may be released on October 28th. So the Grand Alliance's Chief Ministerial candidate Tejasvi Yadav will release it in the presence of leaders from the other constituent parties of the Mahagathbandhan. The joint election manifesto will also include promises such as 200 units of free electricity and a gas cylinder for 500 rupees. So that's the latest that's coming in from Bihar. As far as the elections are concerned, Mahagathbandhan Manifesto may be released on October 28th. It will be a joint manifesto of the Mahagathbandhan, and this comes after Tejasvi Yadav was named as the Chief Ministerial candidate of the Mahagathbandhan. My colleague Piyush Mishra is now joining us with more details on this. Piyush, we're learning that the Mahagathbandhan's manifesto may be released on October 28th, and it will also comprise of the election promises of all the allies of the Mahagathbandhan. Give us more details.
So that's right, Anjali. What we are now told is that after doing a joint press conference today, most likely Mahagathbandhan is going to release their joint manifesto. What we are told is that the issues like providing government jobs to every household and also, giving government jobs to contractual workers and also giving 30,000 per month to Jivika Devi would be the prime focus of this joint manifesto that will be released by the Mahagathbandhan. Yesterday itself, these announcements were made from the stage of joint press conference. Today, the official, letter will also be released. Official manifesto likely to be released, in which we will also see the stamp of other parties like Congress, Left, VIP, and various others. So most likely today, the Mahagathbandhan is going to release its joint manifesto, which will be focusing mainly on the development of women and also, providing more and more government jobs to the people of Bihar.
All right, Piyush, thank you so much for getting us all those details on the joint manifesto of the Mahagathbandhan that may be released on October 28th. And India Today's Maria Shakil exclusively spoke with Bihar Congress in charge Alavaru Krishna, who detailed how the differences in Mahagathbandhan were ironed out. Listen in.
After weeks of suspense, finally Tejasvi Yadav has been announced as the face of the Mahagathbandhan. Will today mark the turning point in Bihar elections 2025?